As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an amber glow upon the sacred landscapes of antiquity, civilizations from Egypt to Mesopotamia, Greece to China, treasured crystals as conduits of the divine energy in the cosmos. Captivating stones drawn from the depths of the earth, believed to conceal the essence of the gods, embodying both the earthly and the ethereal. In the fabric of ancient civilizations, woven with threads of mysticism and spiritual reverence, crystals emerged as precious gems, holding a significance far beyond their sparkling facade. But how did our forefathers use these mystical minerals, and for what purpose? Did the use differ much in the various cultures? And which crystals were believed to be the most powerful? If you like to discover the answers to these questions and more, I suggest you join me on a walk along the hallowed halls of the Sacred Spirit School, because the class about ancient crystal customs is about to be in session. How were crystals used? Many sages used crystal balls as scrying spheres to foretell future events. Egyptians believed certain magical minerals would help the deceased in the transition to the afterlife. Even older civilizations did some very peculiar things with crystals in search of eternal life and approval of their deities. But let us not rush things. We will get to that later. The starting point of this odyssey is one of the oldest cultures we know that use crystals as tools for healing and magic. Mesopotamia. Venturing into the cradle of civilization, Sumeria and Mesopotamia, where the Euphrates and Tigris rivers carved the landscapes that were homes to the Sumerians, Akkadians, and Babylonians. Their ancient magicians and physicians trusted their mystical knowledge to stone tablets, unknowingly ensuring that their records withstood the test of time. Tablets full with the names of stones and crystals, accompanied by their medicinal and magical purposes, have been found. Some stones served healing purposes, while others were worn to gain the approval of their gods. The Anunnaki, those of royal blood, or a more controversial translation, those who came from heaven to earth. These cultures may have seen crystals as vessels for divine messages from their storm god Enki, or the god of the heavens Anu. Understanding their will would be of great help navigating the unpredictable currents of fate and fortune. These intricate clay tablets, written in their pictogram language known as cuneiform, go back as early as 4000 BCE, making the ancient Sumerians in Mesopotamia among the first to record the use of crystals and gemstones as medicinal ingredients. Scholars struggle to identify some of the names of these stones. Among them were hematite called shadanu, serpentine they called mushushu. One mineral that got a lot of mention was lapis lazuli, which they called nazaginaku. Sumerians used these minerals to construct cylinder seals, which had multiple uses. They were worn around the neck as amulets, but at the same time their intricate sculpting could be used as a rolling stamp. These seals were able to create a wonderful image when rolled over soft surfaces like clay tablets, walls, or pieces of pottery. These seals depicted one's status in life, significant events like birth and marriage, and religious rites and stories. For additional powers, these cylinders were put in temples and utilized during spiritual ceremonies for protection. Among popular materials to make these seals was hematite. This silverish mineral consists of iron oxide crystal and has magnetic properties. The name hematite is derived from the Greek word for blood, caused by the blood-red color when hematite ground to a powder substance. Maybe this is why it is said to strengthen the blood and detoxify the liver. In recent days, people say it is a strong grounding stone, helpful for people with hyperactive disorders, enabling you to carry very high frequency energies while still remaining connected to the earth and your body. Hematite enhances meditation by quieting the mind and repulsing the source of your emotional discomfort. As mentioned earlier, lapis lazuli was held in high regard in many old cultures. The silver and gold spots caused by metals like aluminum and pyrite are locked in intense blue lazurite crystalline marble. People in ancient Mesopotamia who wore these lapis amulet seals believed that it would have protected the wearer and made sure his god would rejoice in him. It was often used in dream and omen magic, making it one of the most mystical gemstones out there. Even today, lapis is known as a stone of wisdom that can help tap into intuition and clear any blockages from the third eye. It also invites self-expression, creative thinking, and brings clarity and confidence to the forefront. Also often used by the Sumerians was serpentine, a group of green, yellowish, translucent, metamorphic minerals, consisting of magnesium, iron, silicate hydroxide, most used in jewelry and inlays of statues depicting their gods, but nowadays often used by alternative healers for a myriad of ailments. It is said to detoxify the blood and the body, aid longevity and eliminate parasites. It helps with muscular and menstrual pain relief, cellular regeneration, and replenishing your energy levels. And it's even said to ease the pain from bites and stings and relieve symptoms of Alzheimer's and senile dementia. Egypt. As we leave Mesopotamia behind us and move on to where the Nile's life-giving waters nurtured the flourishing civilization of the ancient Egyptians, who used crystals to decorate the royal ornaments, crowns, and staffs of pharaohs and priestesses alike. They were revered not only for their dazzling beauty, but also for their professed ability to channel cosmic energies, unlocking portals to realms unseen. The ancient Egyptians believed that crystals held the power to guide souls through the afterlife and commune with the divine. They used crystals such as lapis lazuli, carnelian, and turquoise in jewelry, amulets, and burial rituals. In particular, they used carnelian as a symbol for the sun, bringing energy and vitality to the body. Other crystals used were turquoise, lapis lazuli, and malachite. Malachite is a silky green copper carbonate hydroxide, often used in cosmetics by priestesses and even Cleopatra. The Egyptian god Osiris was often depicted with green skin, symbolizing his role as the god of fertility and the underworld, linking green to resurrection. Ancient Egyptians referred to the underworld as the field of malachite. In more modern times, malachite is said to protect against radiation and electromagnetic poisoning. Crystal healers prescribe malachite for almost every illness that has anything to do with nerves or immune system, but also sexual problems that have to do with bad experiences by bringing traumas to the surface and dissolving them. It helps you reconnect with life's sweetness and stimulates nerve and brain activity, bringing dreams and images to light, and doing so help with self-expression. In the presence of malachite, it is easier to refuse all sorts of temptations, from ice cream to infidelity, and in so doing, to realize you are also serving your own highest good. In contrast to malachite being a symbol of the underworld, the light blue turquoise was a symbol of the sky. This hydrated copper aluminum was popular in ancient Egypt because it was the blue sky connecting heaven, connect physical and spiritual awareness. Maybe that is why the Egyptians thought it would guide the deceased safely to the afterlife. Many wore it for protection, and it said the stone would change color in times of impending danger or sickness. It is also supposed to protect against breaking limbs, especially when falling off horses. Many horses received a turquoise amulet to keep it and its rider safe from harm. For the airy qualities, it is said to help with healing illnesses of the ears, nose, throat. This is the stone for speech therapists, vocal coaches, singers, auctioneers, radio and television hosts. It helps oxygenate the blood and increase the amount of life energy in the physical body. It is helpful for those who have narcissistic personality disorder to lessen their exaggerated feelings of self-importance and excessive need for admiration and a lack of empathy. They often take advantage of the people around them. Turquoise opens and softens the hardness of the heart. It breaks down walls that you have put up around your heart. It heals people who say that they will never love again. This stone promotes trust, compassion for yourself and others. Turquoise will help you learn how to be a mother and acquire nurturing skills. On that note, we leave ancient Egypt in favor of an ancient Asian country, China. Crossing continents to ancient China, where mist-laden mountains whispered ancient secrets and the rhythm of life mirrored the ebb and flow of cosmic energy of the Tao. Where the harmonious balance of yin and yang shaped the worldview, crystals were incorporated into the practice of feng shui, balancing energy flows in temples and homes alike. In this world, mystics delved into the wisdom of taoist alchemical philosophy, where a profound connection with nature and the unseen energies thrived. Here, people were committed to unraveling the mysteries of alchemy in their quest for longevity. This noble pursuit led scholars to explore diverse concoctions and life elixirs, although at times these dangerous endeavors came at a significant cost. In search of the elixir of immortality, many ingredients were tested and tried. One ingredient of these life elixirs came from the beautiful red crystal called cinnabar. Cinnabar is brown to bright red gemstone, ground to powder, also known as vermilion, and used by many famous painters, but also popular in female cosmetics. Chinese oracles used it to write on bones in pyromancy bone rituals. Cinnabar could also be roasted, which produced a liquid form of silver known as quicksilver, now known as mercury. The fumes released during this process can get you in an altered state of consciousness. The mercury itself was ingested in elixirs thought to help in longevity. When combined with sulfur and burned again, it will return to its natural form of cinnabar. Now we know these processes have a highly toxic effect on the human body and can lead to severe and lethal forms of mercury poisoning. Recent archaeology studies have found many bodies of ancient people with very high levels of mercury stored in the bones, which possibly contributed to the cause of death. Eventually, people got wiser and vermilion pigments were banned in the 19th century. Another highly valued ingredient in ancient Chinese elixirs was jade, which held significant cultural and spiritual importance. The use dates back to Neolithic times. One of the gates in the Great Wall of China is named the Jade Gate, symbolizing purity, integrity, and longevity. Jade artifacts, including carved pendants, beads, and other ornaments, served as protective talismans. The mythological dragons of ancient China often had its eyes or veins carved with deep green jade stone to represent the strength of the creature. The Chinese took it so seriously that a medicinal cult emerged around jade, which believed that mixing powdered jade with water produced a panacea to strengthen the body and prolong life. Supposedly, if ingested just prior to death, this mixture even delayed the decomposition of the body. While our spirit school scholars could dig into the depths of ancient Asian realms for ages, our time here is limited. Would you prefer us to allocate more time to specific subjects? Click subscribe and ring the notification bell. Join our community and share your thoughts in the comments, guiding us on which subjects you'd like us to explore further. We move on to the Hellenistic world of ancient Greece. Here, philosophy and spirituality intersect. The luminous glow of crystals enlightened the sanctuaries of oracles. The ancient Greeks, seeking insights from the divine, believed that crystals held the power to reveal hidden truths and offer glimpses into the threads of destiny. The word crystal comes from the Greek word krustallos, meaning ice. The ancient Greeks believed clear crystals were eternal ice from the heavens, and many crystals appear in Greek mythology, as we'll see further on. The Greeks believed that amethyst could prevent intoxication, and the word itself comes from the Greek amethystos, meaning not drunken. It was often used in jewelry and amulets, also carried crystals for protection, especially hematite, which they associated with the god of war, Ares. Clear quartz, made up out of silicon and oxygen atoms, was considered sacred and was used in offerings to the gods. It was also associated with the oracle at Delphi, where crystals were used for divination. Quartz crystals found here carry inclusions of epidote. This group of crystals was said to have come from a very special soul with psychic gifts. Today, metaphysicists call quartz the universal crystal because of its many uses. It is beneficial for manifesting, healing, meditation, protection, and channeling. It is renowned for its purported ability to heal any condition, as it aims to provide higher energy levels, improve the immune system, and balance out the entire body. The concept of alchemy, the transformation of base metals into gold, was associated with mystical and spiritual practices. While not specifically focused on crystals, the broader use of minerals was tied to alchemical symbolism. The magical and symbolic properties of gemstones were described in various ancient texts. For instance, the Roman author Pliny the Elder wrote extensively about the perceived virtues of different stones in his work Naturalis Historia. He was one of the first known in history to write about the use of crystal balls as a tool for divination. This was because of his shards of knowledge of the druids living in the British Isles in the 3rd century BCE. The meaning of the word druid is knowers of the oak trees. Druids were known for their special knowledge of anything that was going on in the forests. Do you want Spirit School to explore more about the druids? Subscribe and hit the notification bell and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, may the radiant energies of crystals guide your path to enlightenment.